In part 1 of our card check case study, Dave Bego, the author of The Devil at My Doorstep, discussed the Service Employee International Union's in-your-face organizing approach. And in part 2, Dave's numerous offers to hold secret ballot elections for his employees are rebuffed by SEIU. In part 3, the real dangers of card check force unionism were exposed. Now, in our fourth segment, SEIU's misuse of state and federal government resources is exposed. In this section, SEIU shifts its so-called organizing campaign costs onto taxpayers. SEIU operatives filed numerous unsupported complaints with various state and federal agencies, including numerous National Labor Relations Board complaints, all designed to harass Dave's company and his employees. Bego turned the table on SEIU by consolidating the complaints and filing his own complaint against the SEIU. The NLRB saw through the union organizers' tricks and rendered a solid decision in favor of Bego's employees and his company. The decision stated, quote, "At many points it is clear to me that the testimonies of the SEIU witnesses are contrived and very likely to be untruthful," close quote. But this story may not have ended. The NLRB is currently considering reopening Dave's case in Washington, D.C., where President Obama's Big Labor National Labor Relations Board will have the final say. Stay tuned for an update on The Devil at My Doorstep, the story of Big Labor's card check campaign.
I think this is important to understand because as two major parts of their corporate campaign, the secondary boycotting and the illegal recognitional picketing, we basically were able to take that away from them just by being observant and cataloging what was going on, and then filing the charges and supporting them with all our information with the National Labor Relations Board. And what it did effectively is it stopped those two things from happening when they actually convinced 10 of our people to go out on strike. And that was a sad day for me to see our employees that I think were misled and intimidated and harassed into these positions to go out on strike. We as a company decided to hire new workers, which we did. The strike went on for 8 to 9 months. It ended when the union, who, as I said earlier, had been found guilty by the NLRB of the illegal recognitional picketing and secondary boycotting, agreed to sign the agreements, again with a non-admission of guilt, that they would not do those things in central Indiana against EMS anymore. And we felt that these unfair labor practices were all filed just to justify the strike. Secondly, every one of the strikers had participated in the recognition picketing, which was found to be illegal. And because of those two reasons, we decided that we were not going to reinstate them. And we sent them all letters explaining that. What happened then was within a week we received charges for every one of the employees not reinstated. The NLRB upheld those charges, which to us was astounding. We couldn't believe, based on the information that we provided in support of these charges and the fact that the NLRB had already found them guilty of the illegal recreational picketing, that they would side with the SEIU and support the charges. So we decided that we were going to appeal the charges. And again, this is just another part of the ongoing corporate campaign. The SEIU looked at it and said, you know, that's good, because now EMS is going to have to expend more monies and for legal fees and management time. And in mid to late June, we received the judge's decision. The judge found in our favor almost unequivocally that we had not violated the law. And then they also found during the testimony that the testimony of the union witnesses was not believable and contrived. So it was an overwhelming victory for EMS, and we were extremely happy that we were vindicated. But the story continues to move forward. And I think people need to learn from our experience, and they need to be aware of what's going on when these people show up at your doorstep. The American public also needs to understand the correlation between the union's corporate campaign and their neutrality agreements and the Employee Free Choice Act. The sad part of all this is that the employees are the ones that are losing in this. They're losing their voice. They don't have a secret ballot election. Their employers aren't allowed to talk to them and give them the other side of the story. And then it could go to binding arbitration, where a government official is appointed to settle the agreement, and the employees would never have any chance to vote on that agreement. They would have no idea what's in that document. Because of all these things, and because I view myself as a patriot and I love this country, we as a company decided to protect our employees' rights. We decided to protect our company. We decided to protect our customers, and we refused to give in.